So from the Supreme Court to, the little talked about race for the president, there are now fewer than 100 days. In fact, we're at 99 days today in the race to the White House. Both sides sharpening their attacks as the likely Democratic nominee is on the verge of picking her running mate.
Yes, indeed. The news cycle is going at warp speed. Doug Luzader has been following all the developments. He joins us live from Washington with more on a contest that's about to enter a new phase. Doug, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
All right, so there's been tons of names thrown out about who will be chosen as Kamala Harris's running mate. At times, our own governor here in Illinois, JB Pritzker, makes this list. What do we know so far about how this is kind of shaping up?
Well, when selecting a running mate, you obviously want someone that you can work with and potentially work with through 4 or even 8 years. But beyond that, in this race, a lot of it will have to do in the state that they're coming from. And that's why we look at the top of the short list at someone like Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania. That's a very, very important state to win. And then Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona for the same reason. So, we have what we think is the short list. But you never know, and we've certainly seen surprises in the past. But the one thing that we do know is that Harris is expected to do this very soon. She wants to have this wrapped up by August 7th because the party wants to have the nomination all wrapped up at that point, well in advance of the Chicago convention on the 19th.
Yeah, and we have already known, for quite some time, the people who we've talked about this year who've been at the top of the ticket, whether it was former President Trump, Joe Biden, or even Kamala Harris. Those have all been in the spotlight for quite some time. So it is a little bit more interesting in terms of who a number 2 could be for this ticket. So let's talk a little bit about former President Donald Trump. So JD Vance has been selected to be his running mate. Initially, it was like a rah-rah moment, and then some of his previous comments started to come to light. Do you think that there's any maybe second guessing going on? If you think back to like John McCain, the number 2 can make a difference.
It can, or it could play no role. I mean, we've seen it kind of cut both ways here. As far as JD Vance is concerned, we do know that former President Trump had some second thoughts about Mike Pence, for instance, when he was named as a running mate. So, we don't know what's going to happen moving forward. There's no indication right now that there's a serious move to, move Vance out of that spot. We'll see how he does out on the campaign trail. And, the former president is moving ahead with this campaign. We expect him to be in Pennsylvania later this week. That's kind of an interesting visit because he's expected to go back to Butler, which was the scene of that assassination attempt, which is now a little over 2 weeks ago.
Indeed. Okay. Big picture here, Doug, how much importance is there really on a VP pick, since in most cases the VP, at least during the future president's term, is just there to support the president's policies?
That's right, and to go to state funerals and that kind of thing. I mean, that's generally what a vice president does. And it was interesting when Kamala Harris was named as a vice president that there was some, I think, additional scrutiny there because of the possibility at the time that Joe Biden would only serve a single term. He had talked about being kind of a bridge president. And ultimately, that came to pass. It's a single term. So, for a while, we kind of started to downplay the roles of a vice president in terms of regional appeal. It seemed like that wasn't as important anymore. But the idea of someone from a particular state and being able to deliver a swing state, that looms large for Harris now among her considerations, no doubt.
Okay, I'm sure we'll talk much more about this in the days to come. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. Okay.